Hello students, this is our second class on chapter 2. In this class, we will learn about the different quantities related to motions. Different quantities related to motions. So let's see what are the quantities we need to learn about. First of all, we know if I am talking about motion, motion means an object starts from one point, it reaches some another point here. The point from where it is started is called initial point. I name it A, the initial point, and where it reaches at the end is called the final point, and I am the final point B. So an object travels in like this and reaches from one point to another. Now, in this situation, a few quantities can be asked, which are very much important for the calculations. Such quantities are distance, displacement. Yes, these two are separate quantities. I think you remember. I'm just writing because one is scalar, another one is vector. So in two separate columns, speed and velocity, acceleration. So these five quantities are the basic quantities we must need to learn about if we are discussing motion. Clear? So we'll listen about them. First, we will start with distance. What this quantity distance means. Just like the example I was giving to all of you, that it starts from point A, travels in a path like this, and reach to point B. The object moves on like that. See? So you can see here, the important thing is that this quantity, distance, this quantity is not having a fixed direction. Sometimes it's moving upside, sometimes right side, sometimes upside, sometimes downward. And that is why distance is considered to be a scalar quantity, because its direction is not fixed ever. Clear? Now, how to calculate distance? And to calculate distance, we have to actually calculate what is the total path traveled. Means what is the total path traveled by the object. I'm just marking it here. So I have to actually calculate this total distance it has traveled. So distance means total path traveled by the particle. Total path traveled by the particle between initial point to reach the final point from A to point B. Clear? So if you are asked about the definition of distance, the answer is very simple. The total path traveled between initial point and final point is called distance. The total path traveled between initial and final point is called distance of that path. Clear? So this is all about we need to know. Just like if an object starts from point A, it goes to 200 meters, then more 200, then 300, then 200 like this. Our work is to just add the values. That here 200, here 300, here 250, here 350. If I'm asked how what is the total distance traveled, you just need to add and tell the total distance traveled is 200 plus 300 plus 250 plus 350. That is 600, 900, 1100. The unit is meter, then meter. This is distance. Now, the next topic is about displacement. What this quantity displacement is? Now this displacement is a little bit different because we all know that displacement is not a scalar quantity but a vector quantity. Suppose I am talking about the same motion. The object starts its motion from the initial point A and travels in that same path like this and reach the point B. In case of distance, we travel the total path, but not in case of displacement. The rule for displacement is different. See, this point A is the initial point, marked with red, and the final point B is called the final point. Displacement means connecting the initial point and the final point by a straight line like this. By a straight line like this. The length of this straight line will be the value of displacement. Means this whatever be the value of this straight line, that value will be the value of displacement. One more thing is that this straight line is always in a single direction, you can see, and hence displacement is a vector quantity because you can see the direction of displacement is always same, that the direction is fixed, which was not fixed in case of distance. Clear? So that means if between point A and point B, if a particle decides to travel like this, or another person decides to travel like this, or any other third person is traveling like this, in all these three cases, 1, 2, 3, all these three cases, the values of distances are different. But in all these cases, the value of displacement is same because all these three cases, the value of displacement is that straight line from between point A to point B. Clear? So that's the difference between distance and displacement. Displacement means, again I'm repeating, the straight line path length between the initial point A and the final point B. Is it clear? I hope. If you have any doubts, you can inbox me in WhatsApp. Now, after you know that, so this is idea of displacement. So if someone asks you the definition of displacement, what will be the answer? The answer is very simple. As the displacement is connected by a straight line, and you know in geometry the definition of straight line is the shortest distance between 2 points. What is straight line? Straight line is the shortest distance between any 2 points is called straight line. So we will use that definition of shortest distance here. The definition of displacement is written like that. The shortest distance between the initial point and the final point. The shortest distance between the initial point and the final point is called displacement. Because it is the straight line distance, hence it is called the shortest distance. Clear? So this is the definition of displacement. So if I just show you an example, a particle traveling between point A to point B, the distance can be different in any way, but the displacement is always same. If the length of this line is 200, then whatever path you take, whatever path you choose to move between these 2 points, you go like this, you go like this, the displacement is always 200 because it is the straight line path distance between A and B. Clear? So this is the basic difference between distance and displacement. Now comes the new quantity, which is very important. This is called speed. I think all of you know the basic meaning of speed. What is the basic meaning of speed? Speed means how much path is traveled. How much path or how much distance is traveled per unit time. Per unit time. Clear? This is called speed. So just like here, we have to calculate the path distance traveled per unit time. The basic formula of speed is distance divided by time. So the formula of speed is speed equals to distance divided by time. That is all we all need to know. Distance by time is called speed. Clear? So it is S equals to d by t. D stands for distance, T stands for time, and obviously S stands for speed. Clear? An example I can give it to you. Another question is given. A person travels 300 meters in 20 seconds. Calculate his speed. This kind of numericals can be asked. So my target is to find out how much displacement occurred, how much distance traveled, not displacement, it is distance. Now answer is 300 meters. And in how much time? In 20 seconds. So I am asked to calculate the speed. Distance is 300, time is 20. So what is the formula of speed? Now the formula is speed is distance by time. Very clearly this is distance, not displacement. It is distance by time. So you can see distance is 300, time is 20. So what is speed? Speed is distance by time, that is 300 by 20. So the value of distance is 300 by 20, that is 15 meter per second. Clear? So this kind of numericals can be asked to all of you. Okay, so that's all about the distance, displacement and speed. Be very sure, do not mix speed with velocity, because in case of speed, if we are talking about speed, we just need to know how much distance is traveled. 300 meter, 200 meter. We are not interested in which direction it is moving. We are not interested in which direction the object is moving. We just want to know its value, and we divide that value by time. So speed means it is a scalar quantity. It's a scalar quantity. Understood? Now speed can be of different kinds, and velocity can be also of different kinds. Like some other quantities related to speed are uniform speed. Uniform speed. Uniform speed means the person is moving at same speed. If 5 minutes before he was moving at 20 meters per second, if 5 minutes before he was moving at 20 meters per second, after 5 minutes he also at moving at 20 meters per second. That means that person is traveling equal amount of path in equal amount of time. Clear? Previously he was carrying 20 per second, now he is also 20 per second. So the definition is actually written like, if an object travels equal amount of path in equal interval of time. Then the object is moving at uniform speed. This is the definition of uniform speed. Clear? What is non-uniform speed then? The answer is quite simple. If I just ask you what is non-uniform, I don't need to even write more. Just write non-uniform. Non-uniform means what? The speed is actually changing. It was 20 before, now it is 30, next it is 35, so 20 to 30 to 35. The values are basically changing. So the person is not traveling equal distances. No. If it was 20 before, then 30, then 35, then the person is not traveling equal distances. Here the definition will be a little different. If an object travels unequal distance, unequal amount of path, unequal interval of time, then the speed will be called non-uniform speed. Clear? One more kind of speed is also known to us, which is called instantaneous speed. Instantaneous speed means just like a car is moving very fast. You have a speedometer. You calculate its velocity for a particular second. Means for a particular instant, you saw its velocity and counted it. So that means you are not talking about the whole motion. You would just look at some instant. Just watched it instantly. For a second, you just measured its speed. So the speed of an object at an instant of time means if I just watch it for 1 second or more smaller than time, that instant of the time, the speed it has is called instantaneous speed. So the speed of an object at an instant of time is called, instantaneous speed. So these are the things you need to learn about the first three quantities. The next quantities I will discuss in the next class. So please read all this and tell me in WhatsApp if any doubt is there. Thank you.